Hey everybody, and welcome to my pregnancy week 15. If you can hear it in my voice, unfortunately I'm still dealing with a cold. It's been 10 days now, I think. Last video I was quite sick and actually got more sick after that. I couldn't go to work one of the days, and I just felt like flu-like symptoms, like just totally drained, and my nose is an issue. But yeah, it's been a really busy week. There has been a lot going on, as you can probably tell from the title. But being 15 weeks now, I wanted to let you guys know that these are finally caught up to real time. I just uploaded my 14-week video today, the day I am recording my 15-week video. So I'll probably get this video up tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday, and that will be my actual still week 15. So we are caught up, which is awesome because now the comments can be relevant to new time, especially with things happening, ultrasounds and whatnot. I just really wanted to get caught up, so I'm happy for that. Sorry, I'm out of breath, but I will jump right in with what kind of happened this week that was scary yet again. So if you remember my video at week 12, during my week 11, I had some bleeding and had an ultrasound. It's the first time I ever bled in any pregnancy. And they found a subchorionic hemorrhage. I don't think I ever told you the size. It was 2 centimeters by 3 centimeters, which isn't classified as big, but also isn't classified as small. So definitely had me worried. I've just been kind of taking it easy, things like that. Haven't noticed any symptoms since then. I was planning just to take it easy until 20 weeks when I had my next ultrasound. However, today's Sunday, but last Wednesday, exactly 3 weeks from the last time it happened, I was getting ready to pick Kayla up from kindergarten. I went to the bathroom and I was bleeding. Not just spotting, this time it was like more, like a wipe lots of times. It kept coming. I wouldn't say like a period or anything like that, but a lot more than the time before. So obviously I freaked out again, or just got worried. It was really bad timing because I was paging my midwife. Riley was sleeping. I had to wake her up because we had to go get Kayla, and so I had a cranky child. I was trying to drive to kindergarten when my midwife called me back, had her on speakerphone. She's like, "What's up?" And I told her, and she's like, "How far along are you?" I said I was 14 weeks and 3 days at the time, I believe, and she's like, "Oh, okay." She was currently at a hospital dealing with another soon-to-be birth, so she asked if I was able to come so that she could kind of check things out, just given how far along I am in pregnancy and why am I still dealing with that kind of thing. And it's not the hospital that's nearest to me, but it wasn't too far, so I said I could. My husband had already alerted him, and he was his day was almost done anyway, so he was on his way home. And yeah, I picked up Kayla, came home, got ready because I didn't know how long I'd be at the hospital for. She said she was about to head into a C-section, so I got a whole bunch of snacks ready, and Harrison stayed home with the kids. And I drove to the hospital. I was still kind of spotting by this point, but not bleeding. But I kept checking all the time and was just spotting. And I got to hospital, like the maternity ward, the triage, and checked in with them there. My midwife wanted me to call. This is actually one of the midwives I hadn't met before, so because there's 5 on the team, so I haven't met all of them yet. And she said that she was waiting to go into a C-section, so I could be waiting a while, but just to hang out for her. So I sat down in the waiting room, and like not even 5 minutes later she came out and said, "Are you Allison?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "My C-section got bumped, so I'm going to take you into triage right now." And I was like, "That's amazing. Sucks for the person getting the C-section, but it worked out for me because I could have been there a while." I went into triage and got into the gown and everything, and she wanted to test my urine, and she wanted to see if I was still spotting, stuff like that. She got me a bed. First thing she did was check the heartbeat, and thankfully little baby had a strong heartbeat. I think it was 150 beats per minute. So we ruled that out. Baby was okay, first things first, so that's awesome. What'd she do next? Check my urine, ask me a whole bunch of questions, things like that. She said she wanted to get me another ultrasound, but she wanted to check my cervix first to see if she could see kind of where the bleeding's coming from, because I guess sometimes you could have like little polyps on the outside of your cervix and they could just be bursting, and that could be why you're bleeding, or there could be other reasons why you're bleeding. So she did that. She inserted the speculum and did that whole thing, which is never very comfortable, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And she said that there was still more blood up there, so to expect to bleed out more throughout the night, and that blood was coming no matter what, like not to let it freak me out, but that she could see my cervix, which was closed, and there was nothing coming directly out of it. And she said it looked like I had a friable, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I think so, a friable cervix, which just means it's very like sensitive and really plump with blood apparently, and just the pressure of the baby and the pregnancy, it's prone to bleed more easily. So she had a feeling I had that, but wanted to send me for an ultrasound anyways, and that was going to be the following day. Like I'd have to wake up that morning and find out what my appointment was, just like last time. But she reassured me, saying she was really happy knowing that the heartbeat was strong and that she didn't see any blood coming straight from the uterus, like through the cervix. So that was good. I went home feeling pretty reassured, but still really scary, especially when I was bleeding a lot more than last time. So anyways, I went home and the next morning got an appointment for 2:30 p.m. for an ultrasound. Same place I went last time. They are really amazing there. They have great bedside manner. I've been to ultrasound places that are just terrible, but this place is really nice. Again, I got another really sweet lady who, when she came in at first, she was reading, I guess, my notes from my midwife, and thought that the midwife hadn't been able to find a heartbeat. I guess she was reading it wrong or something. She's like, so I hear they couldn't find a heartbeat yesterday. I was like, no, they found a heartbeat. And she's like, oh, okay. I guess it would be a totally different ultrasound if that hadn't been the case, but I was like, no, baby had a heartbeat. We're just checking to see how the hemorrhage is doing and if there's any other issues. She said okay, and she checked around and she's like, you know what, I don't see a hemorrhage. Let me get your previous ultrasound to see where it was located so I can double check that spot. I was like, that's amazing. So she went and got my last ultrasound, which was only 3 weeks ago, and checked the spot, and sure enough, hemorrhage is gone, which is so relieving. I can't even tell you. I thought I'd have to wait till 20 weeks to find that out, but yeah, hemorrhage is gone, and she couldn't see any other cause for the bleeding. My midwife though doesn't think that it was the hemorrhage that bled out, which is weird to me. I would assume that's what it would have been. She just thinks it's the friable cervix and that my body absorbed the hemorrhage. Either way, midwife called with the results, like the official results the next day, said everything is good, baby is great, no more hemorrhage. She suggested I still take it easy for a couple weeks just to be safe, but that everything looks good, and I'm just possibly one of those people who's going to deal with spotting and bleeding throughout pregnancy coming from my cervix, not affecting the baby. So yeah, I'm really relieved and excited, if you can't tell, that the hemorrhage is gone and that risk is gone and baby's doing good, but very odd to me that I might have this cervix that bleeds throughout pregnancy. It's going to be weird because if I spot, do I page? You know, I asked her that and she said I can, depending on how much it is. So I'm always going to kind of worry when it happens, and I'll definitely let you guys know if it happens again. If you got a friable or irritable cervix, let me know, because this is all very new to me. So yeah, that was probably the major thing that happened. Well, definitely was the major thing that happened this week and consumed a large part of my week, but I'm really happy to say the results turned out well in the end. I just have some other notes here. After my 11-week ultrasound, they had said my due date, or estimated due date, was March 29th, whereas at 7 weeks it was March 30th. I'm still leaning towards March 30th, but when I went in at 14 weeks last week, she was going with the March 29th. So I'll ask again when I have my next midwife appointment at 18 weeks, but my due date or estimated due date could change, which is kind of weird to me. What else? Besides being sick this week, I really haven't had any specific pregnancy symptoms. Let's knock on wood for that. So yeah, I mean, I think the tiredness is related to being sick, and other than that, I just feel pretty normal. I can feel my uterus growing, and I can feel it, and I don't know if it's Braxton Hicks yet or what, but sometimes it really does get super hard, and I'm very much aware of where it is, but it's not bothersome to me. It doesn't really bother me. So yeah, I'm feeling completely normal. This is kind of like the happy time in pregnancy when first trimester yuckiness is over, but you're not crazy big in pregnancy yet where it's uncomfortable. So this is kind of the happy time. I'm hoping it stays happy time for a long time to come, at least till around 30 weeks plus. I can't remember when I started getting really uncomfortable. I feel like 32 or 34 weeks is when I started to really get uncomfortable, but this is like the time in pregnancy I look forward to. Baby's gonna start moving more, so they'll be able to feel it more, and even on the outside, and start looking bigger, and yeah, this is just the time I enjoy. What else did I want to say? Oh, this isn't really pregnant, well, kind of is pregnancy related. I thought I'd let you guys know. When I was going through all my TTC stuff, my doctor suspected that I had endometriosis, and I kind of agreed with her because I was Googling, which is bad, some of but these symptoms I had that weren't TTC related but had just been bothering me for a long time, and I was curious what possibly could be causing it. And like almost every single thing under endometriosis was me and has been for years. And so I brought it up to my doctor and she completely agreed with me. So she got me an appointment with a gynecologist. That was back in like March or April. And the appointment was this week. That's how far out we booked. And I could have canceled it considering I'm pregnant, and endometriosis makes it hard to get pregnant, so that's kind of the reason I had it. It wasn't the total reason I had that appointment. It causes some not pleasant symptoms when you're not pregnant. So I kind of just want to touch base with her. She agreed that it sounded like that's also what I have. There's different stages of endometriosis. The only way to diagnose it is through surgery, laparoscopic surgery, I believe, which clearly I'm not going to do while I'm pregnant. But at least I made that contact, so when I have had the baby, if the symptoms start coming back, I can see her again and we can look into doing that kind of testing. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it was kind of TTC related. And anything else I wanted to say? I think I'm going to start doing outfit of the day videos, like maternity outfit of the day videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to post them on this channel or my beauty channel. I don't know. I'm leaning towards maybe my beauty channel because it's more like fashion-y, but it's maternity, so it's like this channel. Let me know what you guys think. I think I'm going to start today because I'm about to head out to my mom's birthday dinner and just show off the outfit that I'm wearing. I thought that, sorry, that's my phone. I thought that would be fun because I've been watching other people do these types of videos. So yeah, that's about it for week 15. As you can tell, I'm in much better spirits given everything that happened this week. It all just turned out well in the end, and I'm hoping and praying it continues to go that way. So yeah, I'm just excited. And I'll attach my belly picture at the end as always. Oh, and if you haven't seen my first trimester belly progression video, I'll link it down below because I thought it was cool to see my belly grow from 4 to 13 weeks. I thought that was fun. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, and here's the 15-week belly from the front and from the side. I feel like, I don't know if I grew a whole lot this week. I always don't think I did that much, and I look in the video I'm like, wow. But maybe up here, I feel like I said, like everything's being pushed up. So yeah, that's my 15-week belly.